Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Republican candidates for statewide offices made appearances throughout eastern Kentucky this weekend. And also this weekend, the White Lightning Festival took place, celebrating the history of the Cumberland Gap and the trail it's named after.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, 4:59. Brandon Robinson here with a little bit of news, a little bit of weather, getting y'all covered this morning. It is Monday, September the 18th. We're moving right along and in our final days of summertime. Can you believe that? This morning, though, the story is one word: fog, and dense fog at that. Zero visibility or close to it across much of the region. There is a dense fog advisory for some parts of the area out there this morning. Basically, most of the counties closest to the border. Now, the border counties, Virginia, Tennessee, West Virginia, not included, but from basically Magoffin, Floyd, Pike, all the way down through Whitley there in about a 3-county wide radius, seeing some patchy dense fog. So just continue to watch out for that as you head through the day. You look at our 6 cameras across the region. You see outside WYMT and in the valley there from Buffalo Mountain, a little foggy. London Corbett Airport was a little rough earlier, but I think it's backed off just a hair. Jenkins and Moorhead, Pikeville, all three looking okay, but you can see some fog in the distance there at Pikeville. Temperatures very cool this morning, 50 in Williamsburg. That is the coolest spot in the region. 52 Wise and Clintwood, 56 Jackson, 52 Irvin as well. Just went to 51 in Irvin, 60 in Monticello, but a lot of 50s out there this morning. Out the door forecast. Could we see a sprinkle this morning? Possibly. Could we see a sprinkle this afternoon? Absolutely, but I think most of us stay dry. Fog gives way to sunshine a little bit later on. Let's head back over to news now. The Williamsburg Police Department is asking for help in identifying a vehicle. Take a look at your screen. The vehicle was reportedly involved in a suspected theft near exit 11 on I-75 in Whitley County. The theft took place Saturday morning around 8:30 in the morning. If you have any information about the vehicle or the owner of that vehicle, please contact Whitley Dispatch at 606-549-6018. In Pulaski County, the Sheriff's Office is asking for help finding a camper that was reportedly stolen late last week. The camper was located in the Nancy area when an unknown driver hooked onto it. Troopers say the truck was attached to the camper. The truck that was attached to the camper is a dark blue pickup. Police believe the driver reportedly headed in an unknown direction on Highway 80. If you have any information, you can contact the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office. Kentucky Republican candidates for state offices made stops throughout eastern Kentucky this weekend. The candidates were in the Black Gold Festival Parade, at a fish fry in Leslie County, and made a stop in Pike County. State Treasurer and Floyd County native Allison Ball, who is running to be state auditor this time around, says it's great to return home to her home region.
I love these mountains. This is my home. This is my people. These are my family. And I get the opportunity to represent the whole state, which is a great privilege. But I am in Eastern Kentucky, and I'm very proud to represent the region. And of course, I know where I'm from.
Also present were Republican gubernatorial candidate Daniel Cameron, Republican candidate for Treasurer Mark Metcalf, and Republican candidate for Agriculture Commissioner Jonathan Shale. In health news, we've always heard that exercise is good for you, with doctors recommending you take at least 10,000 steps each day. As Samantha Valentino shows us, folks at One Fitness Center went a few extra miles, and they did it for a good cause.
The YMCA of Central Kentucky is working to close the education gap through a number of out-of-school programs. Volunteers are raising money to support those programs by taking 100,000 steps.
Sometimes you think about what's the least that I can do to try and help out the people in my community, and specifically in this case, kids. And if all it is me coming out here and walking all day and getting to have some good conversations with good people, and I think that's more than enough in itself.
This is the 3rd year of the YMCA's Step Up for Kids Challenge. David Kloiber has participated every year. While many choose to complete the challenge as a team, Kloiber walks 100,000 steps on his own.
It's about getting out there moving and raising money for a good cause.
The YMCA says having access to productive and fun activities outside of the classroom is essential for students.
When you think about everything we went through when kids were online in school, So this is, again, just added chances for them to engage with kids their own age and also have wonderful, positive adult role models.
That's what Program Director Marley Bush says Black Achievers is all about. The College and Career Readiness Program is just one program being supported by Saturday's event.
I'm able to actually bring professionals who actually work in the field. So you don't see a lot of that in Lexington. So it's a great opportunity for students to make these connections and make these potential connections to further their goals professionally or academically.
Connections that members like Ryan Lowndes don't take for granted.
Being a part of Black Achievers is really cool because it gives me the opportunity to be around people that look like me, and it gives me like more opportunities that I wouldn't have just normally.
In Lexington, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
And you can find the link to donate on this story or in this story on our website, WYMT.com. The 14th annual White Lightning Festival took place in downtown Cumberland Gap, Tennessee this weekend. The festival celebrates the history of the Gap and the White Lightning Trail, which was used to transport moonshine. Cumberland Gap National Historic Park connects the tri-state area of Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. Festival coordinator Teresa Fusen says there is more to see than just the festival itself.
It's our beautiful area that we provide. We're right here located. Cumberland Gap is right located in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. We're right at the tri-state point. We're right in the downtown heart area. We're surrounded by the Cumberland Gap National Park.
Fusen also says this year the festival had more than 40 vendors and booths. Festival organizers say in the last 2 years attendance has almost doubled. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, a search is underway in California after a sheriff's deputy was killed in what officials are calling a targeted attack. And the forecast will continue to improve later today as the sunshine returns. I'll have the forecast for the rest of the week in about 3 minutes.